So yesterday I went for a walk and I walked by the river and I was just enjoying the moment. I was listening to some spiritual podcasts, having a great time. And I was taking a moment of calm, like there was no rush for me to be anywhere. And I experienced like really enjoying listening to what I was listening to. The sun was out, people were walking around doing laps like I was doing. And there was like a warmth in the air. And I basically had this small little sense of knowing. So sometimes we have these big epiphanies, but I had this beautiful wash over me feeling of this is the very first time for as long as I can remember that I am enjoying a moment with myself and I don't have background noise. So it was like a soft epiphany, if you will, because 2025 was a very life-changing year for me. A lot of things happened. I became single. I lost my nana. I got this amazing job that I thought was so important and I put my entire life, heart and soul into it. And I got told on the 1st of December, this is it, this is your last day. I'd experienced so many shifts in my life. I started last year with a situationship that leaked into that year, bled into that year with all those other stuff going on. This might be slightly too open, but here we go. I'm okay. I'm at peace with it. And then going for the walk yesterday was the first time that I realised that I didn't have something external that was taking up headspace. I wasn't worrying about the anxiety of being emotionally attached to a situation that wasn't going anywhere. I didn't have the anxiety of being completely burnt out from a job. I'm not in a position right now with my job and everything that's perfect, but it was the first time I didn't have external background software that was going on in my head. I could just enjoy the moment for what it is, and it felt hugely liberating. And why I want to share this is that for a lot of us, we know that we have to move on from things. We have to move on from jobs. When people pass over, we have to learn to live with that and move on. When a situationship ends or you're in a really toxic push-pull dynamic, you know that's not working for you. You have to move on, okay? All of this is great, but what yesterday reminded me is that you cannot move on fully until you are ready. You can say, and there's many times in my life I have said, please just let this be over. Please let this be done. Please let me stop thinking about this. Yesterday was a beautiful, gorgeous reminder. The healing happens, it's the cogs are working behind closed doors, and sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm still feel about this, I still think about this, I'm still worried about this. Why? Then you will get your moment when you're walking by the river where you suddenly go, I'm not thinking about this anymore. Like when I lost my job, it was all consuming. I felt so frustrated. I had so many unprocessed emotions around it. Now I don't really think about it. The situationship took so much of my energy. And now, walking by the river, it's not something that pops into my head. It's not playing background software. And that is the moment that you realise you've grown and you've moved on. It's not a big dramatic Rocky Balboa moment. It's walking or doing something on your own and having this sense of peace that there's nothing else taking from your energy, that you can enjoy that moment without it being clouded by your head, so buried in your job, a person, your finances, whatever it is, relationship dramas, family dramas. And don't get me wrong, those things are still there in the background. You still have things you're dealing with your family. All of us are struggling with cost of living right now. I'm not for 1 minute saying I am content in all these areas of my life, or I'm not worried about areas of these areas of my life. But when I was enjoying the sun and I could fully be present and say, I love that feeling on my body. I love moving my body today. I love enjoying this podcast, and I'm not thinking about somebody else. I'm not thinking about anything other than enjoying this moment. They are the victories of your growth, and they don't come in some big expressive way. They're in those small moments when you finally realize this is the first time in maybe 18 months that you've been able to be present without your mind being outsourced to something else. So I just want to remind people that if you have a situation that you're trying to get over, a job, a rejection, a person, a house move that didn't go through, there will come a time when you don't think about it, but you can't rush that process. The intellectual side of you wants to rush it, wants to say, okay, I know this, I should be over it. People just say, let go, let it go, let go of it. It's a beautiful sentiment and it is very important, but the essence of just saying it doesn't mean it will happen. The process of letting go is long because you're emotionally attached to it. It is literally taking something out of your routine over time. It is going to take time, and you're emotionally connected to it, whether it's a job, person, place, an animal, whatever it is. It will take time. But this is a gentle reminder that all that work that you're doing to let go is happening, and eventually you'll come to a place where you have let go and you haven't even realised. And that is something really beautiful and something worth celebrating.